Hey, what's up, guys? Tukey here, back again with another episode of my San Jose Sharks franchise mode series right here on NHL 20. And today, we find ourselves in the playoffs after Season 2 concluded. Of course, last year, we made the playoffs, and we blew it in a big way. We blew it. Wasn't great. This year, we hope to avoid the same fate, although we are going up against a very competent Minnesota Wild team who won 46 games in the regular season. As far as the team is concerned, of course, the last episode was very heavy on making moves at the deadline. We acquired Evgeny Dadonov. Yes, he struggled once we brought him on, but hopefully he will show up for the playoffs as we intended. Again, it wasn't necessarily that I didn't trust Kevin Labanc in the top six. It was more so like, okay, Gambrell, we could have used a boost, essentially, and there's no doubt that this lineup looks a hell of a lot better than having, Gambrell on the third line. That was the main reason. Of course, player types have been mixed around a little bit, and I will say, too, as far as getting Dadonov, I know that there were some other players that people wanted me to get, but again, when it comes to not wanting to risk too much of the future, that is because Thornton and Marleau are both 41 years old. Now, my loyalty to these players has been questioned lately, but it's Patrick Marleau and Joe Thornton, man. How could I not want to try to win a Stanley Cup with, arguably, is it even a debate that they are the two best players in franchise history? I don't think it is. So that would be like, man, why you stay, like me as a Bruins fan, if I were to do a Bruins series, man, why are you staying loyal to Chara and Bergeron? The hell do you mean? It'd be like back in the day, like NHL 12. Boy, you're really keeping Nick Lidstrom around in Detroit. Yeah, except the difference is, of course, these two, and Sharks fans, I'm sorry, these two have not won Stanley Cups in their career, and we are trying to change that because this team is good enough, in theory, to win. Whether or not we do, time will tell, but with the core that we have, Brent Burns is 36. It's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. We have Erik Karlsson. We have to go for it. And thus, of course, the acquisition of Ryan Murray as well. So, yeah, that's the loyalty behind Marleau and Thornton. I want to win with them, man. That should be pretty straightforward, right? I mean, that's like being like, man, in the Canucks series, you didn't stay loyal to the Sedins. Why are you staying loyal to the Sedins? Because they should win. I'm glad they didn't in 2011, but it is very sad that they retired without winning. Sorry, Canucks fans. The entire West Coast is just drowning in tears right now. I'm sorry. But anyway, the team at this point. The team is solid enough that we have maneuverability. It can change people around if need be on the offensive and defensive side of the thing. Side of the puck, side of the thing. On the offensive and defensive side of the thing. Ryan Merkley, of course, being in this lineup as well has been a huge boost. Hopefully Hayden Fleury can continue to play well. The big question, Martin Jones, buddy, pal of mine. We brought in good old Craig Anderson for good reason. We needed an insurance policy that was better than who we had. Of course, last year we had Aaron Dell. This year we had Aiden Hill. We're trying to play it safe a little bit, and obviously we are relying on a lot of veterans to get us there, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You got a mix of established talent, some younger talent, Timo Meier, for example. I'm hoping that today is the start of something very special for this team early on in the series as we will eventually transition from being contenders to having to take a bit of a step back unless we do things correctly and can kind of rebuild on the fly or retool on the fly. Well, let's take a look at what we're up against. The Minnesota Wild. What do they look like at the end of the second regular season in this series? This is the answer. And the answer's pretty damn good, pretty well-rounded. Zach Parise, Eric Stahl, and Matt Zuccarello. God, it's weird to see him in a Wild jersey still. Second line is Jordan Greenway, Victor Rask, and Kirill Kaprizov, who's up to an 82. They ended up signing him. Jason Zucker, Ryan Donato, and Ryan Hartman. Luke Kunin with Derek Brassard and Connor Sherry. So that's a really good team. I can't hate that. It's, you don't have a McDavid on every line. You don't have a true 90-plus superstar, but that's a very well-rounded team, and I am absolutely afraid of Kaprizov's offensive ability. Defensively, that is where we are going to find success. Ouch. They traded Ryan Suter and still made the playoffs. I believe he went to Arizona. They also have Pominville and Kevin Fiala as healthy scratches. That is not ideal for Fiala to be a healthy scratcher. That's a morale issue, is what that is right there. But defensively, it's incredibly weak. Trevor Daley next to Matt Dumba, who's incredible. But that second pairing, Josh Brown, and I like him. But Brennan Manel's only a 79. You have Belpedio and Nick Seeler as well. I don't know what it is. I like Nick Seeler and I like Brennan Manel. You ever just have those players that's like, I like that player for some reason. I do. But yeah, we have a massive advantage defensively. The goaltender is the Duber, the Dubnik. Hopefully he won't get the Dubnik. Cam Talbot is the backup. Tough call. We're the better team, no doubt about it, mainly due to the defensive advantages. But being the better team doesn't mean anything in the playoffs. 92 offense, 95 defense to an 84, an 84 goaltending against an 82. Erik Karlsson and Matt Dumba, the two best players on their respective teams. Let's get this series underway. Let's get this show on the road. Game 1 of round 1 as we host the Wild to kick things off in this series. And Victor Rask scores before I can even pause the sim. A minute 20 seconds in. Fun. Way to go, Martin. Let's hope the rest of the period goes better. It didn't. Timo Meier scores on the power play to tie it. Zach Parise scored 16 seconds later. From there, it calmed down. Outshot 10-8, down 2-1 on the board. Not an ideal start in any aspect. Second period, we do tie this game up. Barclay Goodrow, who had a very good regular season for us, gets the shorty, and we are tied. Now out shooting them 23-21. We have the momentum heading into the third, but that can change on a moment's notice. Logan Couture scores, and if he can score like he did in real life this past playoffs, then my God, we're golden as we had the lead here. Power play chance goes to waste. We have 7.5 minutes left. Still up by 1. Is it enough? Evander Kane, there we go. The big guns are showing up, and despite a slow start, the Sharks rebound to take game 1 of this series by the final score of 4-2. So the Wild could not take advantage and capitalize off of that strong start. We outshot them 15-11 in the second and then 16-9 in the third period. En route to victory, Martin Jones did well. Struggled in the start, but struggled at the beginning, but was able to turn it around. Couture and Meier with 2 points each. And again, the victory to the Sharks in this first game. Tim Heed's upset about the ice time. I'm sorry, Tim, but you're a hell of a depth player. Have that going for you, at least. We head into game 2. Hopefully, we will be able to continue our winning ways. I mean, I'm going to be nervous until we get out of the first round, at least. After what happened last year, we desperately need this. First period of game 2, and it's scoreless. 9-8. A fairly pedestrian opening 20 minutes. Second period, and there we go. We have the lead. Timo Meier with the goal. Again, the big guns scoring thus far. 24 shots to 19, and a 1-0 victory. Could be ahead, I hope. Did I jinx it? I might have jinxed it. Did I jinx it? Please don't tell me I jinxed it. I believe in Martin Jones. Now, the shitty thing is, that was a Freudian slip. If we win this 1-0, then it looks like I scripted that moment. Oh, thank God. I've never been so happy to see Martin Jones give up a goal. I did jinx it ultimately. But you know what? If we lose, it's my fault. I jinxed it. Ah, son of a bitch, Martin. Oh, Martin, you're terrible. Oh, my God, Martin. What happened? I know I jinxed it by, accidentally saying it was the end of the game, but Jesus Christ, man. What happened? Jesus, 2 goals under a minute, and then the Brassard empty netter. Holy shit. All right, well, I jinxed it. I don't know if I deserve that. But, yeah, this series is tied at 1 game apiece. I don't think oh, God, Derek Brassard with the 2 goals. But the Duber, the Debnik, 32 saves. And the Wild get the win. I jinxed it horribly. Not an ideal effort from one Martin Jones. We're going to need a better effort here. We're not going to make any lineup changes yet. The San Jose Barracuda, the Cuda, are in the playoffs this year. It'd be nice to follow along with them. Of course, lineup-wise, for the AHL side of things, in terms of prospects to keep an eye on, quite a few, really. Although, oof, that lineup right now. Do we have... I need to send down a forward now that we don't have to worry about waivers. Just that Connor Hobbs isn't starting. So we have 10, 11, and 12 with True. So your Tyken is going to be sent down for the moment. We know he's an effective scorer at the NHL level despite the low overall. He should be able to help out that team quite a bit. And we want to try and take away the minuses. And it's not looking like that's going to happen. If I could take away the minuses, how would I do so? God, none of them. Okay, actually, Sasha Chmielewski. There we go. Get Don up to the top pairing. Defensively, oh, God, let's not have that. That's still not great. Okay, Gavrikov. Somebody. Okay. Guillaume Brizois. I actually have to care about your development, unfortunately. Trevor Carrick. Hate to say it, buddy. You have tremendous flow. But you're going to be a scratch. Connor Hobbs is going to be in. Of course, a lot of the younger defensemen were able to play quite a bit this season. So I'm not too worried about getting them into the lineup. It's just about that team winning games now that it's down to crunch time. Speaking of crunch time, Game 3 of this series against the Wild. We head to Minnesota. Hopefully we can get a nice bounce-back performance. A couple more goals on the books would be great because I don't trust Martin Jones to get a 1-0 shutout victory. First period of this game, the Wild get the opening goal. Jason Zucker, 14 shots to 10 in our favor, but down 1-0 on the board. Second period, and that doesn't help. Belpedio scores. Evander Kane gets one back on the power play, but we have just 1 goal in the last 5 periods of play against the Wild. The offense needs to show up. I said the offense was showing up to that first game, and then they very much did not, unfortunately. So let's see what we have here. We need the offense to start putting some things together. Otherwise, we're going to have to look at changes because we would be down 2-1 in the series, much like we are in this game right now. An extended power play chance, Vegas style, goes to waste, and Parise scores. So Devin Dubnyk is absolutely ripping us apart. Are you serious? We have an amazing power play, and we just have no answer for Dubnyk right now. Jesus. 38 save effort. Massive power play chances go to waste. And the Wild have a 2-1 series lead. So what was that? It was a major charging penalty on Greenway. He had consecutive minors and a double minor high sticking on Kunin. They could not stay out of the box, and we could not take advantage. So I am gonna have to change some things. I think we have no choice. I mean, that first game, we started off well with 4 goals, but since then, we have 2 goals in as many games, and that is not a winning combination with the talent level that we have on this squad. It's unacceptable, really. So you can blame Martin Jones for allowing goals, but I'm not going to put the blame on his shoulders, at least not yet. So Merkley and Carlson have been mad. Vlasic and Burns has been... He's been a complete non-factor, unfortunately. So I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Again, Burns is such a great fit on that third pairing. I mean, he's not doing anything, so screw it. We might as well find out how good this is going to be. Is there anybody who's a perfect fit? Shockingly, Murray's a good fit. I guess he's just not a DFD. So we'll leave that. And I want to break up that top pairing as well. We'll go Vlasic, Carlson, Merkley, Murray, Burns, and Fleury. That that just flowed so perfectly. Forward-wise, decent. Oh, Tomas Hertl has not shown up. Kane's been okay. Marlowe, nothing from Dad. Wow. The decision to bring in Evgeny Dadonov rather than paying more for the likes of a Ryan Nugent-Hopkins could backfire. So we need a different top-line center. And based off of fit, I know he hasn't... Well, actually, Marlowe hasn't been that bad. Patrick Marlowe's going up to that top unit. I think we're going to put Kane, Hertl, LeBanc, Sorensen, Thornton, Dadonov. Let's bump up Dylan Gambrell. And then Sorensen will be with Goodrow and True. I'm going to have to keep Sorensen on that right-hand side. So a couple of changes. Power play-wise, it's honestly upsetting. We're going to split up Burns and Carlson as the main change. And let's also... Wow, Barclay Goodrow is on that unit. That's not great. Let's change that, and let's get Evgeny Dadonov in on the power play. I don't believe he was there. He's not. So there we go. Dadonov's in. So that lack of power play time could certainly have affected him. We need a win here, or we are in a lot of trouble for the second year in a row. Let's hope these changes lead to something positive for us in this next game. First period of Game 4. And the offense has arrived. Unfortunately, the defense has slipped. Timo Meier gets the opening goal. Eric Stahl ties it. Victor Rask gives Minnesota the lead. Patrick Marleau able to tie it up. From there, 11 shots to 7. 2 all on the board. Not exactly ideal. But we go to the second period where we take the lead. Joe Thornton with the goal. 20 shots to 16 and a 3-2 lead. As we go to the third period, the offense has sparked a bit. Barclay Goodrow with the goal. The offense has found a little bit of a groove again, but again, defensively, still questionable. Kirill Kaprizov scores from a terrible angle to get them back in this. Wasted power play chance leads to a goal from Timo Meier. It's a 5-3 lead with 5 minutes remaining. Power play chance late for the Wild goes to waste, and that will do it. 5-3 final. The Sharks tied this series at 2 games apiece. A much better performance there from the offense. A 3-point night, 2-goal effort from Timo Meier. As shot-wise, they outshot us 18-8 through that third period. We just made the most of our chances with the 2 goals. So credit to Martin Jones. He held on when we needed him to in that third period. And that will bring us to Game 5, where I know some players are complaining about their ice time. I don't care. I don't care. Ryan Murray can complain about his ice time all he wants. He's on the third goddamn pairing with Brent Burns. Shut your face. Do your job. I'll ship you out of here, Belichick style. We go to Game 5. It'll be very interesting to see whether or not we have a repeat performance here, because typically, in the past few years, and it seems to work this way as well, oftentimes you either get a really good performance, like there's no middle ground. You often get a really good offensive performance like we did when you change up the lines, or you just get absolutely shelled. The next game, though, a lot of the time the team struggles, and we'll see whether or not that's the case here and now. We will sim through the first period, and it's a 1-goal apiece split. Patrick Marleau with another goal. Zach Parise as well. We were outshot 16-6, but we are tied. Nonetheless, hell of a job by Martin Jones to keep us in it. Hopefully we can see a similar effort here. Second period, and indeed it's 28 shots to 13, but we are tied at 2. Kaprizov on the power play. True, short-handed for his first postseason goal. Martin Jones doing his best to keep us in this game. we go to the third. Game 5 as the Wild waste a power play. The winner of this game, Trevor Daley scores. The winner of this game, of course, will have a chance to end this series in the next game. And if Trevor Daley's goal holds up to be the winner, I am going to be very upset. Please, power play. We need the score here. We don't. 3.5 left. The Minnesota Wild are going to have a chance to end this in Game 6. 41 shots to 25. And the Wild are one win away from moving on to the second round as Ryan Merkley goes down to injury ahead of Game 6. He's out for the rest of this series, and we are in a bit of trouble. I don't even know if I can blame Martin Jones for that last loss either. I mean, he's been okay. It's just the offense at certain points has just gone quiet, and it's a major, major issue for us. Defensively, it is going to be Tim Heed that steps up, as we'll send down Simic for the moment. It's going to piss him off, but I'll get him in the lineup. Actually pissed off Timo Meier, too, and Hayden Fleury. Well, shit, I'm sorry. Here, he's back. Quit your bitching. I thought he might want to play hockey, but instead he can sit there and do nothing. So defensively, we're going to go best lines. God. All right, Burns has been a hell of a lot better lately. We're going to have Burns on that top pairing. Murray hasn't been great. Vlasic has been pretty poor. But I think, and we know that Vlasic and Burns struggled earlier on. We know that Burns is a perfect fit for that third line, but we're going to go with something like that. And then forward-wise, Gambrell's been very quiet. Sorensen's been very quiet. LeBanc has been very quiet. I don't necessarily know what we're going to do here because we have a lot of underperforming players right now. A lot. And defensively, makes sense to go with who we're going with. Jeremy Waugh is looking okay. Jeremy Roy, Jeremy Waugh. I really need to look up. You know what? Here, I'm opening the Elite Prospects page right now. Screw it. We're doing this live, pal. We're doing this live. Let me frickin' put on these goddamn headphones. And what do we got here? Jeremy Waugh. Jeremy Roy. Let me listen to it. Oh, this is the one player page where Elite Prospects doesn't have a pronunciation help? Are you serious? Come on, EP. The one time you let me down. Are you kidding me? That is horrific. Well, shit. Someone will remind me and I'll forget before the next episode starts. Regardless, we could call him up. He's doing very well down in the AHL, which does not surprise me. I think, though, defensively, we're going to stick with who we have, Heed and Fleury. Forward-wise, though, this is tough. True's been okay. I don't really know if we could call up anybody who's going to be better than True and Gambrell. I think that's the issue. Have they actually played 3 games, or was that from last year? I think that's from last year, right? Nope, that's from this postseason. Okay, cool. Duly noted. So, Blichfeld defensively has been rough. Stenlund hasn't been great. Vorobiev hasn't done much. Noah Gregor has been strong. Dahlin, meh. Chekovich. There really hasn't been too many players that have been that strong. What if we give Gregor a chance and we call up Daniil Yurtaikin? And I know it's potentially risking some development, but I'm going to say, I know Drew Skora, but True and Gambrell, I know they're on the 4th line as well, but we're going to drop them for the moment because we're facing elimination, and I need to throw whatever the hell I can at the wall to see what sticks. So we're going to have Goodrow with Gregor, although Gregor's a better fit on that 3rd line. And I gotta, oh God, what do I gotta do here? Goodrow's been okay. Let's go with something like this, as much of a nightmare as that looks like, and we might not be able to do that. I'm gonna have to change. Somebody here. We'll change Marlowe to a playmaker, and that should help it. And then, what the hell are we gonna do here? Couture isn't a great center in terms of face-off, but we're gonna have to go for it. We're gonna split up that top unit. So Hurdle's going down. Couture will be there. Sorensen we know is a great fit on that top line. Kane has the 2 goals. It keeps the boost. I think Kane and your Tykin will work well. I mean, Kane, Hurdle, your Tykin, that should work. I know it's insane to have your Tykin on the second line, but he had 13 points in 17 games. We're desperate at this point. So yeah, we're going for it. The only thing I have to do is change Marlowe to a playmaker, and we should pretty much be good to go. I could also change Ryan Murray to a DFD and potentially get like 1 point out of it. We'll go best lines down in the AHL. Hopefully it's a quick fix. Although it's not looking like it, to prevent the minuses on these pairings. Oh God, how are we gonna do this? Oh no, this is a nightmare. There we go, that works. Dahlin for Gambrell, and then defensively, quick and easy. Oh God, I still have to take out Trevor Carrick. All right, Connor Hobbs, come on down. Perfect. Congratulations, Connor. So let's go change Patrick Marleau to a playmaker. That way we don't get a minus on that third line. And yeah, then we'll face elimination. Let's do that. Let's face elimination. Again. Oh, God. The Dadnoff move. Good thing is we didn't give up too much to get who we got. But, man, if we lose in the first round again, that is going to be a tough pill to swallow. I'm going to be honest. So we'll just double check what happened there. Noah Gregor gets a chance. You're taking an opportunity to find some of the success he had in the regular season and the postseason. We're good to go. Let's see what the hell happens. Desperation has officially set in. We need a win. It's game 6 here in the first round against the Wild. Must-win game. Let's see what happens. First period, and a damn good start. Timo Meier and Patrick Marleau with the goals. We had the slight edge in shots, but a 2-0 lead on the board. Good stuff. Second period. That's not great. Sherry and Manel very quickly, 18 seconds apart. And Zach Parise scores as well. We're down 3-2. Heading into the third period of a must-win elimination game. Otherwise, we've blown it in the first round again. The Sharks organization has been cursed ever since we drafted Freddie McDonough back in the day in Goon Squad. Derek Carlson, though, wants to snap that streak. We need a win. Come on, it's overtime. Overtime. I'm telling you now, we're not jumping into this. We're just going to sim it from here. Martin Jones, for the love of God, I'm begging you, let's make this happen. Please and thank you. Overtime. Game 6. Third. God, I was going to say third period, and I'm like, nope, I just said that. I'm stressed, okay? I can admit it. I'm stressed. I'm worried. I think we might lose, and that concerns me. I'm sorry. Season's on the line. Here we go. Place your bets. Who do you think's going to win it? Hope to God it's a Shark, please. Please. No power play for the Wild. Not like this. Thank God. Come on. Please. Somebody. Please. Martin, score yourself. Do whatever has to be done. Oh, God. It's double overtime, isn't it? It's double overtime. Alright. This is gonna end quickly. You know how this works. It always ends quickly. God damn it. Alright. This is it. Season's on the line. Will there be a 7th game back at the Shark Tank, or have we blown it in the playoffs again? Somebody, Couture, Hurdle, Meyer, somebody step up. Here we go. Don't blink, you'll miss it! Oh my God. We fucking blew it again.